Hey everyone! Today I'm going to do something a bit different. A few weeks ago I showed you how to request a copy of your data from WhatsApp. And for that video, obviously, I requested my data from WhatsApp. I've gotten it back, and today I wanted to show you some of the information that came back to my request. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I am relatively new to WhatsApp. I definitely prefer using Signal. Also, I really don't put a lot of information in WhatsApp. Like, I don't have a profile picture, I don't have my email address, or very much personal information at all. But nonetheless, there's one interesting thing I wanted to show you that came back, and I hope that this might encourage you to check out Signal as an alternative, because I was quite surprised to see this show up in my request, and I think you might be as well. So this is what came back for me. The first page, it includes when you requested your information and your phone number, email, and your name. The second page here is around your device activity, so your last time online and your IP address. An IP address is sort of a unique identifier of your device, and it helps also with understanding where you're located. If you're using the web or desktop version, information about that, anything that you've put like in your about and your profile picture, those things will all come back to you. Now here's what was surprising to me. WhatsApp has insight into your social graph via your contacts. The contacts that you have in your phone that are also using WhatsApp will come back to you. That means that WhatsApp can see the phone numbers of people in your phone that are also using WhatsApp. Now, what was surprising to me even more was that WhatsApp also has insight into the names of the groups I'm in. As you can see here, the 3 groups that I'm in, one with cousins, one for hypnobirthing, and then one for cat feeding. WhatsApp can see the names of those groups. What surprised me most about that is that when you use WhatsApp and you set up a group, the whole purpose of the group is that it's private, so you can have private communication with people about a certain topic. And likely you name the group to describe whatever you're going to be talking about. I had expected that the names of the groups would be hidden from WhatsApp, but apparently they're not. And this is a key difference between WhatsApp and Signal. Signal is built to be blind to your social graph, meaning that the app doesn't have insight into who you're connected with via your contacts, and it doesn't have insight into the groups that you're a part of. That includes not having insight into the names of those groups. Another important difference between Signal and WhatsApp is that Signal is a nonprofit, and what that means is that their motivation for how they develop their app isn't making more and more revenue, whereas WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, and Facebook is a huge monolithic advertising company, and so it's natural to be suspicious with all of the products that Facebook owns, including WhatsApp and Instagram, because the point of companies generally is to maximize revenue, but the point of advertising companies specifically is to have access to as much data as possible to be able to better target ads. And so with WhatsApp, there's always this question of how is Facebook going to try to monetize WhatsApp user data in the future, as well as what insights are they able to glean about the user base in the present. And of course, having insight into the names of groups may give indication of what the user is interested in and what stage of life they're in. For example, me here with a hypnobirthing group means that I have most likely entered motherhood. And of course, all of these data points would be extremely interesting to advertising companies. In addition to the names of your groups being interesting to advertisers, they could also be of interest to governments. This can be especially problematic if you live in an area in which conflict is happening and the government is able to demand of WhatsApp that they hand over information about people engaged in certain political activity. This might be revealed, for example, by what a WhatsApp group name is, as well as the social graph that is revealed by the contacts that you may have in your phone that are using WhatsApp as well. And then there are 2 more pages that came around what device I'm using and information about that, and then more setting information and also information about if I'm blocking any numbers. I would encourage you to check out Signal because at the end of the day, they are not motivated by maximizing revenue. They are not an advertising company. They're a nonprofit. One thing I want to make sure to say is that in some places, the use of Signal, so downloading the app and using Signal, is in itself seen as suspicious. So you know your own contexts. You are the best person to make the judgment call for if you should use WhatsApp or Signal. I am just trying to provide more information about how Signal works versus WhatsApp. If you're interested in switching to Signal, I've made a video showing how to use the app, where to get it, and some of the other benefits of using it. And if you want to request your data from WhatsApp, I've made a video about that as well, which I'll link in the description, but I've also made a printable step-by-step guide. So if you want to print that off and give it to someone who maybe prefers to read versus watch a video or scroll online, or if it would just be useful for yourself to have those directions to refer back to, you can always go and download that free step-by-step guide. The link is in the description, as well as, of course, on simpleprivacytips.com. Everyone wants to feel in control of their digital privacy, but it's overwhelming to know where to begin. Our Simple Privacy online course makes comprehensive digital privacy super simple. After taking the course, you'll feel confident that you're in control of your and your family's data privacy. To sign up for the Simple Online Privacy course, click the link in the description or in our profile. As the future becomes even more digital, don't let your data privacy disappear. Join the course today.